Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play more of our Great Britain campaign in Europa Universalis IV Common Sense. So, I'm going to do it. I'm going to fabricate a claim on Eidsiva. We're going to go attack Sweden over that, and when we conquer that territory, we're going to return it to Norway. Since it is their core, it should make them happy. And, well, they are our ally, right? So perhaps they'll even just come into the war. And just by winning a war, we'll be able to have raised opinion with them enough. But even if they don't join the war, they have a truce or something, which they don't. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. We'll be fine. Where'd my navy go? What are you guys doing down here? That's crazy. You don't belong there. Alright. Protestant Empire happened to us. Defect. Missionary strength +1, tolerance of the true faith +1, yearly legitimacy +0.25, imperial authority +25%. Interesting. So that must be a triggered modifier. Triggered by us being Protestant and Protestant being the dominant faith. Huh. So just, yeah, we gained some stuff. Cool. So that one more tolerance of the true faith, that is really quite powerful. Let's bring our 24 stack up to about here. Let's have you guys march up to like there. I'll have you guys march up to like, I guess over here. I feel like I should have 4 of these stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So you're going to there. You're going to there. I guess you can go to Calais. Still making buckets of ducats despite our massive numbers of expensive advisors. So we're fabricating our claim, and what do we want to do next? I mean, like, great, like Brittany's Protestant. You would almost be willing to accept vassalization, so eventually we have relationship slots. Let's go ahead and just... I started improving relations, and then you actually went down in opinion. That was weird. We have claims here that we could use. If I were to attack Holland, Saxony would protect them. Oh god, Saxony, no, don't. On the other hand, if we were to attack... Didn't I there was something I was trying to do. I think it was relating to East Frisia. I wanted to vassalize these guys, right? Yeah, they're reformed. I think we can easily get them. We can attack the Empire and return some cores to them, get some land in the HRE. They've got cores on some pretty valuable provinces, like Hamburg is pretty good. The double estuary, double trade modifier thing. And then these two are, they're okay. Bunch of reformed in this area, though. It's not exactly the best situation for us. Alright, so we need another 16 opinion. We can do guarantee, transfer trade power, and a gift, and then we're there. Obviously, a gift is going to be pretty darn inexpensive. Actually, if I'm willing to wait another month, I think I can get away without even spending any money on them. Just do military access. We'll do, yeah, I think we can get 11 opinion. No, shoot, we need 21. Well, we could always improve a little bit. They're only at 91. And we just ticked down. Probably should have improved relations there instead. Not a big deal. Is it just me, or should this thing automatically default to the highest value that it can possibly do? Wouldn't that just make more sense? No, not General. Not the General! And Burgundy's gone bankrupt. How sad for them. Our former rivals are just failing miserably. Alright, I guess we are going to have to send you a gift. Probably wouldn't hurt to top off relations with Norway. Spain is allied Ferrara. I'll just do this at the beginning of the next month. We no longer get improved relations on sending the guy, but you can still retract and send again if you do it at the start of a month, and then you don't really waste any time. Like he didn't miss a single improved relations there. Alright, so we've got our little new vassal here. If we were to attack somebody, Burgundy's just collapsed again. If we were to attack somebody using your CB, the Emperor would protect them. But we could actually pull Brandenburg in against the Hansa. It's tempting. As a vassal, you're not going to give me any trade power, so doesn't that seem wrong? Like, so shouldn't they still, like, colonial nations give you half their trade power? Shouldn't vassals give you some of their trade power too? Switch to Protestant, you dummy. You physically cannot convert your capital, but alright, we're gonna have to swing down here and pick up an army. We don't have any forts. Hugh O'Neill lived in England in the 1560s. He served in the government in the 1580s, but in 1594 rebelled. Dissatisfied with the English government's persistent policy of playing the chiefs against one another. What? What are you talking about? We already conquered you decades ago. He was angered by the English refusal to restore the lands granted to his grandfather. At last, he formed an alliance with the other Irish chiefs and sought aid against Protestant England from Catholic Spain. Okay. Go ahead and die then, Hugh O'Neill. It's nice knowing you. Alright, so we almost have our claim on Sweden. I'd like to do that war first, just so we can get Norway vassalized. Brittany's already Protestant. Ooh, they have Protestant zealots who are converting Protestant. Why are there Protestant zealots in a fully Protestant country? I don't understand. What are you trying to accomplish? That makes no sense at all. None. None sense. Norway is exiled. You are allied with Pomerania and the Hansa. Interesting. Well, the Hansa's not going to honor the call, so we can't give lands back to East Frisia that way, but seems pretty good. Norway wouldn't honor the call, so that's fine. We'll take land, we'll sell it to them, or trade it back to them, or whatever. Alright, Christopher Bryan, not very good leader. They are on Tech 14 military, we're on Tech 14 military. Let's go ahead and roll another general. I'm hopeful. Actually, how's our air look? 224, so that's 8 points, a little bit sub-average. I'm gonna turn him into a guy. 4-1, not bad. I mean, fire value is starting to become important. I'd say right now more damage is being done in the fire phase than the shock phase, if you have cannons. So yeah, he's usable. We'll take him. Compared to their 1-5 leader, we're kind of banking on doing well in the fire phase. But the fire phase does come first, so you know you have a good couple 3 days of combat that you can soften them up before they even get to you. He is heading to Narki. Cool. That is woods. We don't want to fight him in his woods. Idsiva doesn't have a garrison. You only have a couple forts? Wow. They're all in the wrong area. Alright, well let's march through there. Yeah, it would have been nice if we could actually have gotten down to Stockholm. Alright, Akashusa on the 24th. We'll be there on the 24th. November 7th. I guess we're going to find out who the defender is. It's going to be random. Forest and a river. He's got one maneuver. We've got one maneuver. So if we're the defender, he'll have a -2 penalty. If we're the aggressor, damn, we'll have that penalty. Both armies arrived on the same day. My territory, and yet... Well, that's a pretty damn good roll in the fire phase. That, on the other hand, is not. Would have been much better if we were the defender. Yeah, we lost way more than they did to win that fight. And the other thing I gotta consider is that Sweden has that infantry combat ability. Plus 20%. Makes them very, very scary, honestly. Let's see, which legion lost some troops? Was it? It was this one. Alright, bunch of free guys. We should be improving relations with you more. We should be probably either fabricating claims or improving relations or, you know, doing something. None of these guys are going to want to become vassals, right? Let's just get more claims on Brabant. Well, we have the province that I wanted, but they're not going to give it up without us actually sieging down at least one fort. The problem is that a lot of their, well, pretty much all their forts are coastal, which is actually a good and a bad thing. You can get a lot of war score for blockading coastal forts. Why are we not getting a blockade bonus? This is an active fort. Is it not blockaded? It says 100%, but then it's not actually doing it. Fine. We'll go somewhere else. See if we blockade these ones. Yeah, 5.62 war score and then 2.1 war score. That's quite a bit. See if we can get a bunch of war score for those blockades. Truce with Spain. Alright. Oh, he's gonna bait his navy out because the AI is really stupid. It seems like it doesn't take very many ships at all. Like Stockholm, look at this. 21 development, fully blockaded with 7 ships. That seems really low. You guys hold out for a few days? Apparently not. Just gonna swap out some other ships then. Alright, so those blockades over there, not worth quite as much, but still worth a fair bit. Might cost me some money to do all this trade stuff. I'll go ahead and take that idea. My goal, really, right now is just to maybe knock Pomerania out. I'm not sure why that blockade wasn't working. Okay, now it definitely is. But there was definitely a second ago where it wasn't the case. And that alone is enough war score now to piece them out. That's part of the risk of having coastal forts, is that you get a ton of war score for blockading them. And if you're not going for provinces, and you don't have that minus 1,000 for taking territory that's not occupied, or not whatever, you know, then... Alright, so we got their thing blockaded. So they can't cross. We'll put a ship or so up here just to kind of scout it out. I have to march in that way, apparently. Why is that? Why can't I come in from this direction? I can. So, alright, it's fine. Just thinking I want to kill that cannon, that's all. So he's forced to march the long way around, which gives us plenty of time. It's just Sweden now. I suppose, since we don't even need to demand provinces to get the opinion, what if I just did return corps to Norway? No, I'm still demanding a province without... That's weird. Alright, I guess we do have to fabricate, or not fabricate, but we do have to... We're gonna have to siege down a fort. A coastal fort. Gosh darn it. Not a big deal, I guess. We've got a lot of artillery. And our buddy here, Edward York, actually has some siege value. So if he comes and he fights us, we'll be the defender in plains. We've breached both sets of walls, because we have so much artillery. This fort might be easier to assault. I could just try it. Let's just try it. I don't know anymore, like, when you're supposed to assault and when you're not. Apparently you're not supposed to. He's definitely going for that army now. Shoot. Let's bring you guys around. And I might just retreat this one. No, never mind. He's going for Edziva. Hey, we actually won that siege. Oops. I guess it just killed like 10,000 people for no reason. Okay, well, there we go. I'm gonna use Return Corps because it should give 40 opinion with Norway. And then other than that, we could demand territory that's not going to be given to Norway. You're very willing, so I think I can afford to give you a couple of your provinces back. You know what? Honestly, that's good enough. 192. And no. I've given them too much base tax. 6 development. Apparently now they don't feel like they should British economic base compared to Norwegian, minus 29. British diplomatic reputation, plus 3. I think what it is, I need a little bit more diplomatic reputation then. Which is going to happen there, but that is so silly. Like, oh, no, that was very nice of you, thank you. But we feel too strong and powerful now. Should have known. That's what I get. That's what I get for just giving them too much land. Alright. Let's go back to protecting trade in Lübeck. Detach the damaged ones. Have the damaged ones go repair separately. That way they don't hold up the entire army. Norway, come on now. Trust should have totally gone up by a ton. I just declared a war and returned corps to you. That's the only thing I did. And you were too cowardly to join the war. Why is there a heavy in there? Apparently we captured one. Also captured a galley. You idiots somehow managed to combine yourselves again. Which is not what I wanted. Alright. Well, you know, we're on our way to bringing him in. Might take a few more years now in order to get that diplomatic reputation that's necessary. There's not really much else that I can do, actually, to raise it, aside from waiting on that idea group. I could gain more development, if I had more development myself, or a higher government rank. That might do it. Norway here would defend them. Alright, well, let's go get busy. Let's go land directly in our allies' holdings. Go siege down the Hansa. I think we can ignore using the light ships this time. This army can go straight for the capital, and we'll just go pick up the other one. I'm going to use all three of them, actually. Can we march there? Yeah, we actually have the ability to march. Just march to Munster. You just march to here. There's a fort there, right? Yeah. Alright. And then we'll use this other army on the third fort. Cool. Alright, I'm going to take a break here. I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.